Hi, welcome back to my channel, The Balanced Feminine. If you're new, stick around. We've got a twin flame reading coming here. We're going to get all the questions answered for the Divine Feminine, finding out struggles and challenges for the Divine Masculine, their thoughts and feelings towards the feminine, how they view or what they want for the connection, and how Spirit's assisting. And then going on to do that for the feminine as well. And then final messages from the Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine. So we've got Psychic Tarot and Good Tarot with angel messages. And then I have a new addition, the Twin Flame Journey Tarot by Mystic Moon. She is my ultimate favorite Twin Flame reader on YouTube. If you haven't seen her, you have to. If you're aligning with my videos, her and I are very aligned in our messages that we channel, and she makes beautiful decks and does beautiful readings. I just can't say enough good things. So I'm really excited to have a actual twin flame deck to add to my twin flame readings. So that being said, let's get started. It's been a week. I'm excited. Whew. Halfway through April, we have a new moon coming in a few days. I'm excited to tap into that, and I'm just feeling this, I'm feeling like there's this final release of stuff that's draining to you, draining our energy. It's just like Mystic Moon said, and like I put also on my Instagram, I did a 4-card draw, and it said, take a break or take a vacation from your problems. And it's like, yeah, it's just feeling like just tired of running in circles with the same old, something that's just not changing, that you're putting in more than someone else is, and you're not being met halfway, and you're just, or anything that you just seem to be overthinking, or, you know, putting too much of your energy in when it's not necessary and it's not really helping. So you're just letting it go and just really enjoying the present moment and surrendering that to the universe, because you've carried too much weight on your shoulders and you've tried to fix and handle everything like a boss, and most of the time you can, but we're realizing now, and I feel like this ties into the new moon energy that's coming, we're realizing now that you know, we don't need to drain our energy. And yeah, suffering in silence. I won't keep this, but this just popped up. We'll remember this. Suffering in silence. Yeah, taking on all these things by ourselves. And it's enough. We're letting it go. So that's just an overall quick message to get us started. So let's just see the current overall state for Divine Masculines and Divine Feminines. And then we're going to go in and get all of our questions answered for the Feminines today on where the Masculine's at. So Spirit, can I please get a card? Let's get some messages here for the current overall state for Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. Where are the twins at right now? Okay. Material harvest. Yeah, right. Oh my gosh, this is the message I just got. So what I'm getting is that first card that we saw was the 9, right? The suffering in silence. Hold on, I'm going to pull that back out. That came out for a reason. And it was blue. Because it was in the headspace. Yeah. Here we go. The 9. Suffering in silence. We're done with So 9 is denoting completion. So we're done. The cycle's over. It's done. Suffering in silence, being stuck in our mental anguish, carrying those burdens, worrying and overthinking. We're just done. We're just done. And instead, now we can focus on, we're denoting completion here as well with our material harvest. So this person has everything, abundance. So letting go of these worries and these burdens that we're carrying is allowing us to be more in the energy of the abundance that we've worked towards. So if you felt like you've fallen a little off track, maybe in the past few days, and you've been stuck in this energy, and you just kind of put all your goals and your creative endeavors and your work and taking care of your body and enjoying the outdoors, all of a sudden you just kind of got sucked back up into your headspace for a few days and you forgot all those material things. Well, we're done with this. Sure, it can happen. You can get stuck there for a few days, but now we're letting that go, or we're being asked to focus back on all these things. So getting outside, taking care of your body, you know, eating healthy, looking at your all the forms of abundance in your life. You want to keep your focus there. We just don't have energy to be stuck in our heads worrying about stuff that's, you know, draining our energy, and that's not helping get us towards this new beginning. So this is the, you know, the new beginning, two masculine and feminine coming together. Their two cups, you know, overflowing, coming together and pouring out into the world. And this is when love begins. So yeah, getting rid of the negativity that's no longer serving us, and having gratitude and focusing on all the abundance. So we're focusing on the positives, and this takes me back to messages coming up also earlier this week that we're manifesting so quickly. So when we're thinking of the negatives and things that aren't serving us, we need to think of the outcomes that we desire. We need to picture, we can't be stuck thinking about the past or whatever, because that's what we're going to get. What we're putting out is coming back tenfold right now for whatever reason. There's this like amplification of that manifestation energy and ability in us. So it's happening so fast. So when you make these choices to stay stuck in your mind, all your progress is going to just go to shit. And you're going to see it, and you're going to be like, oh my God, you just see, like, boom, I just got sucked back into these old patterns and I just fucked this up because of that. And you're going to notice right away when you're making these choices, and it's going to help you to let go of that, you know, suffering in silence and focus more. You just need to focus on the abundance and gratitude, because that's what you want more of. You don't want more of the mental anguish. You're done with that. Those were mind games. That's mind games and thought control, you know, like, it's just not serving you. So you can't focus on it, or you're going to get trapped there. And we got to focus on the gratitude and the abundance in your life so that you can manifest more and harvest more of that material abundance in your life. And then that is when love is going to begin. And that's actually love for yourself, and it's union, and it's oneness, and that is the whole lesson here with, you know, this divine feminine energy merging into the world, and, you know, making that oneness and balancing the scales is love begins with yourself. And these choices that you're making to manifest, whether you're staying stuck in the old bullshit and trapped in your mind, whether you're that victim and you're suffering, or whether you're that abundant and grateful, whichever choices you're making, working on being grateful and focusing on your abundance is bringing you closer to oneness, which means love of the universe, love of yourself. You are love. You know, the greatest force on earth is love, and we are all being called, everyone right now in the collective, to focus on that gratitude and abundance, to raise the vibration of love on the planet, for love to begin. Look how beautiful, like, it's green and lush. There's a rainbow. It's like Mother Earth and Mother Nature is so rich and beautiful. So it's not just these people coming together. It's like the universe, the planet, Mother Earth, everything is just starting over, this new beginning. And we're manifesting it, but we have to stay in that gratitude. Manifesting in the material, and that's the material harvest. Wow. Okay. So that being said, now we're going to go, so we can see that there's some, you know, everyone's in this battle. You know, the general collective is in this battle right now, trying to find their power, solar plexus. So, and, you know, find their power to be able to make these choices, to manifest for love to begin, to be a part of, you know, that higher vibration in the universe, in order to cultivate loving relationships and, you know, a healthier earth, healthier Mother Nature, and bringing, you know, a higher vibration to the collective, and bringing unity, and starting with yourself. But it takes willpower, it takes strength, it takes courage sometimes. So we're being reminded here to work on your energy aligning, and the solar plexus is coming up, and that's like the very core and the guts of who you are and what you're about. Do you have what it takes to help raise this collective vibration, to be a part of this oneness, to be, you know, aiding this frequency and this higher vibration? What are you bringing to the planet? Are you bringing negativity? Are you manifesting fear and darkness? Or are you bringing gratitude and blessings and manifesting abundance and helping to raise the vibration of the planet? Okay. Whew, thank you, Spirit. So now we're going to look at some questions for the Divine Masculines, because feminines want to know, how's the Divine Masculine doing on their journey right now? Where is Divine Masculine at? What struggles and challenges might Divine Masculine be having this week? Struggles and challenges for the Divine Masculine this week, please. I'm just looking at that solar plexus chakra, and I'm getting a masculine energy off of that, actually. So I feel that the masculines need to focus, you know, masculines and feminines alike, focus on your aligning your chakras and your energy, but masculine is coming through here. Perhaps feeling a little out of alignment, which makes sense because the feminine energy is rising in the collective, which would throw the masculine off. So masculines need to work on perhaps any challenge that they may have, feeling aligned and in balance with what's going on in the world right now. And focusing in the body on the energy centers. Finding their strength and courage. Whoop! Oh yeah, okay. Shadow. I believe that's the moon. Let me double check. Yep. So illusions, masks, deception, psychic awareness, dreams, being misled. There's more than meets the eye. Shadows and subconscious. I love this. So it's not what it seems. I was hearing this earlier today. It's not what it seems. And it was for the masculine. I feel the masculines are struggling right now to take off their mask, to bond emotionally, to connect, have a deeper emotional connection with others. Perhaps there's some confusion right now. They're feeling they have to really stand in that masculine energy, but this feminine energy that's coming in, you know, everyone around the world, so many people are working towards raising this vibration and sending love into the universe right now with what's happening, especially in this age of Aquarius, and that's throwing the masculine off, and they're having a little bit of a hard time feeling into that feminine energy. It's different. It's new. Of course, each individual is yin and yang, has the feminine and masculine energy, of course. But the masculine who we're looking at in this video, so your twin, most likely, most of my viewers are feminine. Your twin is, they're hiding behind a mask, I feel. Or it's not what it seems. So they're struggling to share their feminine side. They're struggling to embrace the feminine in them, the feminine side, the need of the feminine energy. They have this wall, like, I'm a masculine, I'm, and it's kind of off-putting because, especially, and I'm feeling that the struggle is with the feminine, because the feminine is so in their feminine energy that the masculine it's like there's this wall, and I think that the masculine has the wall up and the feminine feels that resistance and it's draining, so the feminine's backing off. But the masculine sees the feminine backing off and they're like, what did I do? They don't understand that they have this wall up. That all they have to do is just, it's like a wall of, like a house of cards. All they have to do is just breathe a big sigh of relief and let it all crumble down and just be vulnerable and feel into that feminine energy and just connect emotionally and share their fears. You don't have to act so masculine and so strong. It's a mask. The feminine there needs to be that reciprocity, you lean on someone a bit and then they lean on you a bit, and it comes back and forth. You can't always be the rock. The rock needs a place to land too sometimes, if that makes sense. That's what I get. So I'm going to pull into the Twin Flame Journey Tarot because I just can't wait any longer. I want to get some clarifiers for the moon, for the divine masculine struggles and challenges right now. They're feeling, I'm hearing the word alienated, but I don't think that's the one I want to use. It doesn't feel like it fits here. They're feeling outcast. Like, yeah, this came up in another reading too. It was like, where do they fit? The masculine needs to know they're loved. The masculine is loved. If they just would open up to it. King of Cups, emotional mastery. If they would just master their emotions, if they would just step into this King of Cups energy and, how beautiful to see a man or masculine in their feels, in their emotions. It's not something you see every day, and when you do, like, for example, I think I've seen my father cry once. And when you do, you never forget it, and you feel that so intensely, and it's something that masculine, even though, you know, your whole life or however you're conditioned is to hold that inside, and you're not, you know, emotionally feeble or vulnerable. It's okay to let it out sometimes, and sometimes we need that. Sometimes people need that to connect with you on a whole nother level. When you can open up and have a deep heart to heart and shed some tears with a friend, that's when you bond with somebody. That's where love begins. And you know what, that just comes back because it takes the masculine opening their heart in order to do that, to come into that emotional mastery and share and be vulnerable. And that's where love begins for them, is when they open their heart. So when they're open to giving and receiving love and a deeper connection and being vulnerable and mastering their emotions. So not mastering their emotions in suppressing them or repressing them, but mastering them in a way that their emotions are such a huge part of who they are, and they're not afraid to share them, and they're not afraid to be vulnerable. And that love begins when they love themselves enough to open their heart to give and receive and have that deeper emotional bond and that deeper connection. Wow. So they're struggling. They're struggling with their emotional mastery and their King of Cups. They're struggling to take off this mask, and it's not what it seems. And perhaps they're feeling like they seem insensitive. They feel that the feminine or others are, you know, the energy is like bouncing back and forth off this wall, right? And it's like so it's not helping anybody, because the masculine's like, well, I'm trying to get to know you or have a conversation, or I'm trying to, you know, open up in the ways that I'm most comfortable, but it's not being received. And it's because the feminine's just tired of the bullshit. Like, just cut the crap, just lay it all out on the table. What are you afraid of? You're afraid of yourself? The masculine's afraid of themselves. Maybe they're afraid if they start opening up that it's all just going to pour out. Like, maybe they're afraid that nobody's going to catch them. Maybe they're afraid that it's going to make them seem weak. Wow. I just got the twin flame connection. Queen of Wands. 4 Pentacles. And the World. Yeah. Okay, we got our confirmation. There's only one card in this whole deck that says Twin Flame Connection, and we just got it. And, okay, so it's confirmation that we are, these struggles and challenges are within the connection. So yeah, masculine to feminine. So if you're noticing that there's some kind of tension or lack of reciprocity, or feeling like a wall up or something like that, it's that the masculine is, they're not opening up their heart in order to connect on an emotional level. And until they do that, yeah, see, I see the Queen of Wands, the confident and magnetic. To me, this is always the divine feminine. So until the masculine can open up, what is this? We'll have to clarify this, but I believe that this message here could be that they are drawn to the feminine's confidence and magnetic energy that makes them want to open up, but they're still struggling with it. They're struggling with this connection. Maybe they feel like they feel that tension, that, you know, that there's something blocking there, but they're not sure what it is. But yet they feel this magnetic draw to this feminine, but they're not sure how to get past this blockage. And they want to, because they see this confident, magnetic goddess, and they're just like, what is it? What do you need? What needs to change so that we can bond and get to know each other and build on this? Because right now it's just like, nothing's happening. So maybe the feminine can, there it comes again. I was going to say maybe the feminine can assist in some way, but you can't. It's up to the universe. It's up to the masculine to learn their own lessons, and all you can do is lead by example and stay in your confident and magnetic energy. Keep your vibration high, and because we don't want to be in that mental anguish, suffering, and silence. We don't want to be worrying about trying to help someone else, because we can't. That's not our job. It's not our job. Support, lead by example, 100%. But you can't carry that weight. It's not your karma to pay. It's not your job. So maybe the masculine is waiting for the feminine to fill this void, or to be this missing piece, which is this scarcity mindset. And I want to clarify, I want to see what else we get for the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, working on towards establishing a solid foundation. Scarcity mindset. Yeah, there's some fears here with the masculine, and I feel that they're being held back in the connection, and they have to get past this scarcity mindset, this fear, this playing small. How are we going to do this? What does this mean? You know, not believing, not wanting to expand their mind. And I think that's what it is. I think the masculine needs to be more open-minded, needs to, if they wanted and worked on expanding their mind, and what that would do, their whole world would change, and the cycle would be complete. So there is the cycle of completion here, and the world, you know, the universe is assisting So this is confirmation for me of, again, what I was saying, that the feminine is not your job. It's in the hands of the universe and in the hands of the masculine, and this confirms that, and they are going to get there. They are going to complete the cycle the universe is telling us here. But we can see that they're working on their emotional mastery, on letting their wall down, on facing their shadows, and dealing with this scarcity mindset. And this is like entails so much more than you know, it's not what it seems. Like, it's so much more. Like, once you really get into working with expanding the mind and picking apart your brain and seeing how you've been conditioned and how you function and how you react and respond, and, you know, your whole world as you've known it, that's no longer working for you, that you need to change. And it's that scarcity mindset. And it's a whole, it really is reshaping your whole world when you get into that, when you get into expanding the mind and mastering the mind and mastering your emotions. And I'm speaking from experience, and if you've experienced a dark night of the soul, then you will understand what that means and just what it entails, and how it can be. It can be a year of a process, or it could be a couple months of really dark, heavy shit, and then over the next year, little, you know, revelations or realizations and little things keep coming up to be addressed, or, you know, things come up to be re-examined, and you're like, oh, I thought I was doing good here, but then this happened, and I felt this way, and then I said this, and I'm not sure why, and then, you know, I said this, and I think this, but those contradict each other, and then you start to really look at your thought processes, and, you know, that really makes you who you are and how you show up in your relationships. And these are all things being addressed right now. That is a huge job. Their world is going to change. The cycle will complete. The universe has their back. Queen of Wands is here as a great, beautiful, magnetic, and confident influence in this twin flame connection for the masculine. That's a lot of stuff. Masculine's going through a lot of realizations right now. And the message for the masculine, if you're watching, is open your heart, align your energy centers, solar plexus chakra, and, you know, the core of who you are. What do you believe in? Are you confident in that? Your self-worth. Your self-worth, masculine. This feminine sees so much in you, sees the best in you, holds you in this highest light, and has so much love for you, but you're not letting it in. Your heart's not open, and you're not secure in your emotions or your self-worth or your mindset. And your world is going to change, and you're working on it, but open your heart, align your chakras, and start expanding your mind. And know that you have this incredible lover's connection and someone who holds you in the highest light. Someone who believes in you and sees more in you maybe than you've seen in yourself in a long time. But they recognize it, and you feel drawn to them because they see that in you. And subconsciously, you are attracted to that energy. When someone likes you, you're attracted to that. When someone thinks you're the best person in the world, that means something to you. You're knowing that we're that important to someone, that's what connects us. And that's what the feminine is, the space that the feminine is holding the masculine in. And the masculine is just not softening to it because they don't believe, or they don't want to get hurt, or they don't want to be sensitive. They don't want to be any of these feminine things. So how are you ever going to have a deep, meaningful, loving connection with a good, wholesome, feminine and have that nurturing and have that harmony and balance of the feminine and masculine. The feminine needs the masculine too. But they need that feminine emotional connection. That's what divine feminine needs. You need that with your masculine. Your masculine can't just be all tough as nails and there's no emotional bond there. You know? Just like a woman or a feminine can't be all, you know, sunshine and rainbows and hearts and love and flowers. Sometimes they gotta get mad. Sometimes they gotta put their foot down. Sometimes they gotta put up boundaries. Sometimes they gotta be the boss. Sometimes they gotta, you know, cause a shitstorm. You gotta have a backbone. The feminine's gotta have a backbone and also be that nurturing feminine. And then the masculine has to have their backbone, but they also have to have that emotional vulnerability. That is such a deep message for the masculine. But now we can see, maybe that makes sense to you, feminines who are watching this, who are, you know, maybe aware of what's going on a little, or maybe better now, what's going on with their masculine. And maybe you've experienced that weird blockage with them recently and didn't know what to think of it, and now maybe it's helping clarify that a little, or whatever the cards are bringing up for you. You know, my story, what I'm seeing is one thing, what it means to you, and your story is, you know, the answers are all in you, and you know that. Alrighty, so I love this new deck, by the way. How beautiful is that? So now I'm gonna just get a few cards. So how is the masculine, what's the masculine's thoughts and feelings towards divine feminine right now, this week? The masculine's thoughts and feelings towards divine feminine this week, please. Divine masculine's feelings towards feminine this week. Emotional loss. So the 5, something's changed. The green, that's the heart, has to do with the heart and love, emotional loss. So this is the masculine. They're like, oh, clutching their heart. Like, maybe they didn't realize. Maybe they're just realizing that they missed an opportunity, or something's changed with them, and something's changed with the connection, or with the feminine, or with them. You know, maybe the feminine status has changed. Maybe something, communication has changed. Maybe the way you interact has changed. Something has drawn an emotional loss for the masculine, and that's how they're feeling towards the feminine. So let's clarify this emotional loss, how the divine masculine is feeling towards the feminine. Clarify how the masculine is feeling towards the feminine. How is masculine feeling towards the feminine? What is this emotional loss? I'd rather fucking do than fucking with you. Queen of Cups. Okay, this is what I just got. So we had the King of Cups, how the masculine needs to master their emotions. The Queen of Cups has mastered her emotions. So there's the feminine. So the masculine is having trouble connecting emotionally. So now they're having an emotional loss because they're queen of emotions. They're feeling that they've mastered their emotions and they're losing out, or they are missing an opportunity because they can't master their emotions. Does that make sense? We've got emotional mastery, emotional loss, how the masculine's feeling towards the feminine. There's the feminine as the queen of emotions. Mastered their emotions. They see that in the feminine. They know something needs to change because that's where the loss is at, and they're feeling that in their heart, and they're like, they're shooken up by this. They feel it in their heart. So maybe something changed, something happened recently that showed the masculine that they do have a wall up, and that they aren't putting out this emotional connection that they know that the feminine is capable of, but that's their loss. I said that earlier, it's their loss. And maybe that's what's going to initiate this emotional mastery for them to work towards. Wow. Okay, that's too perfect. But, you know, you can't go wrong. Let's get another clarifier. How's the masculine feeling towards the feminine? How's the masculine feeling towards the feminine this week? How's the masculine feeling towards the feminine this week, please? We see they're having struggles. We see they're feeling that emotional loss. They're feeling that they lost that emotional connection or missed that opportunity. It's their loss because they couldn't open up emotionally to their queen of emotions. What do we have? How does the masculine feel? Two of Cups, divine partnership. Oh, wow. This is bringing me just to tears. That's so beautiful. There's so much water energy here. There's so much fire and water. Queen of Wands, the fire, the feminine. We've got the lovers, the twin flame connection, and the divine partnership, Two of Cups. These are the two most, the one twin flame card and the one soulmate card of this whole deck. And they're here with how masculine sees the feminine. Wow. They don't know how to connect emotionally. They're feeling it in their heart space. They're like, why can't I make this happen? What is wrong with me? Why am I so stuck up? Why am I so arrogant? Why am I so judgmental? Why am I so closed-minded? This feminine is such a queen and a goddess, and, you know, so beautiful. And I see this Two of Cups. Like, I want to bring these cups together, and I want love to begin and to overflow. This divine partnership, that's what this is too. But they're at a loss in their emotions. But how the masculine sees the feminine is that this is a divine partnership. This is destined. They feel that. They see that. That's how they feel towards the feminine. This is unbelievable. I would be more like enthusiastic and loud, but Cassius is sleeping like usual. And I really want to do this reading, so I don't want to wake him up yet, because you see why. Look at this. Okay. Thank you for the confirmation and clarification cards there. So now we're going into, wow. How is Spirit assisting the masculine right now? This is, oh, I'm getting all kinds of feels here. So the next question that I was going to put is how they view or what they want for the connection with the divine feminine. And, you know, because the question was, what is the masculine's feelings towards the feminine? Divine partnership, Two of Cups. And so their feelings towards the feminine and what they want for the connection with the feminine is here. Okay, so now we're going to do, how is Spirit assisting the masculine now with in their journey? God help them, because they're going through a huge upheaval, a huge shift. Messenger of fire. Is that the knight or the page? I think it's the page. Page of wands. Very spiritual. Okay, so if you look at this, you can see all these orbs, and watch readings, watch other readings, and notice how they talk about orbs, because that was cool. There's like an orb on the screen as I was saying that. So that's just telling you that there is like an entire entourage of angels and spirit guides assisting the masculine right now. And I just love this because it's that feminine, that 5D, 3D, like thinning of the veils. So people are tapping more into their spirituality and psychic abilities, and it's gonna happen for them because they've got all this guidance around them that they can't ignore it. That's what I'm seeing. There's so much spiritual influence and going on that they're just like, what? Like, the page is that they're in a learning stage, and you know, they're very new to this, but there's just so many signs they can't ignore it. That's what's gonna happen. Cool. I like that. So many signs that they can't ignore it. Love it. Spirit's assisting. See? See? Queen of Wands? Just, this isn't your job to make them realize this. They're gonna go through this without you even having to lift a finger. You just do you. You just be you. You don't change anything. You don't worry your little mind. No more of this. No worrying. Because you have this to work on. You have so much to be grateful for. So much abundance. Because your divine mission is this, and you can't have this if you're stuck in your mind, if you're stuck worrying about trying to help others, because all you got to do is help yourself and raise your own vibration, and the rest will fall into place, baby girl. All right, so plus, who has time and energy to worry about anything anymore? Life is too fucking beautiful. It is. It really is. You know, if they're not adding to your energy and, you know, working towards abundance with you and working on growing with you, if they're not adding to your positive vibe, then why bother? You know, they got their own shit to figure out. You've done your work, and that's all you can do. Just clarify this page of wands, please. How is Spirit assisting the masculine now? How is Spirit assisting the masculine? Material and spiritual prosperity. Okay. So I just need to jump into the book here to see what this says, because I'm called to here. This is a peaceful, tranquil time when problems seem to actually disappear. I like it. So there's like, let me just scan this quickly. A sudden bonus, pay raise, or promotion could be or offering or expected to arrive out of the blue, or signify a group that has worked and strived towards success of a common goal. Prosperity, balance, and harmony in physical and spiritual existence. Wow. It's showing that the practice of giving and receiving will bring you true riches. Look into your life and see where you can spread spiritual and physical wealth. Practice generosity, gratitude, and compassion to continue to prosper in all areas of your life. So, there's some kind of changes happening. There's some kind of change in their work life. Something's gonna happen in the material world, right? So in their everyday physical life, something is going to happen that is going to cut out a lot of noise, So it's going to take away distraction somehow so that they can see the spiritual prosperity and they can see these signs from spirit. So I forget how it worded it there, but it was like the second line in the book, and it was like distractions. What did it say? Problems seem to actually disappear. I love it. Problems are disappearing because spirit is helping you, and they need you to work on your material and spiritual prosperity, which is what? This. They need you to work on this. Do you see how similar these are? Material harvest and material and spiritual prosperity. These are like the exact same. So this is how spirit's helping you. They're going to get you here because the overall energy of what's needed and where divine masculine and feminine is at is that they need to get out of the suffering and silence and in their headspace to this abundance and gratitude in the material and the physical realm and in their body and with how they're eating and with what they have in front of them that they're grateful for in order to have that high vibration, in order to come into connection with the feminine who's also working on being in that high love vibration in order to come together, because they can't come together unless they're both here. If one's here over having these issues and not focusing on this, then this is out the window. But if they're both here, then they're going to align for this. So, spirit is helping to assist the masculine to get into that material and spiritual prosperity in order to align with love, in order for love to begin, which is going to help them open up their heart, which I was saying, open up their heart, and then something over here happened with the feminine that is helping them to open up to their emotions and their vulnerability. So leave it up to spirit, because it's happening without us having to lift a finger. I'm telling you. And that's how it always will be. It's never in your hands. Okay, so let's just see. What are the divine feminine struggles and challenges right now, please? Divine feminine struggles and challenges this week. What does the divine feminine need to know to overcome challenges this week? What does the feminine need to know to overcome challenges this week? Where are we? This one? 10 of Cups. Aw, contentment and joy. Your 10 of Cups is coming. Just don't worry. That's just what I keep getting. 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is everything you've ever wanted. Contentment and joy. And look at this is a couple in this. This is coming, feminine. Just don't worry. It's not in your hands. You don't have to do anything. I love it. Liberate yourself. Free yourself, because spirit's taking care of it. The laws of karma are, written in the stars years ago. These contracts you've put in place with these souls, with your twin, however many lifetimes ago. It's just, you can't control anyone else's journey. It's written in the stars. Is what it's going to be. How it unfolds, you cannot control. You don't know what's going to change in your life tomorrow. We can make plans to have a big luxurious wedding this summer, but we can't help but all of a sudden the whole world's shut down and weddings are being canceled. Like, you never know. Anything can change at any time, and you don't have control, and it's definitely not worth worrying about it. That's why we're looking at, just having gratitude. That's why we're looking at the present moment. That's why we're being present. That's why we're being still. That's why we're at home, and that's why we have this time to just go inward and and know that we don't have control of what's going on around us. We do not. And we do not need to. So when you can surrender to that control, and you can have faith, you will be able to enjoy your life so much more, because you'll know that everything that's meant for you is coming. Obviously, you know, take inspired action, but don't lose all those precious little moments in between because you're worried about how something's gonna come about. Enjoy each moment and it will come about, and just know. Just know. 10 of Cups is coming. I love that so much. Wow. Okay, so what message do we have? Let's see here. What message do we have from our archangels for divine feminine and divine masculine? Archangel Raziel. Raziel, sorry. Okay, so, and the gemstone that goes along with it is Charoite. I don't know how to pronounce that, but bear with me, I'm learning. So, are you finding that life is out of control? What were we just talking about? Let go of control, because we do not have control. Life can change. Everything can change. You know, it's out of our hands. Are you finding that life is out of control? Do you need to sort out exactly what's going on to get to the reason for the chaos? Take the time to go within and call on the ascended masters, spirit guides, and angels to provide you with the inspiration you need to transform your life. I love that. So with this message, I'm getting that life is out of control because of how you're reacting or how you're responding to it. And that's why it's saying go in, go within. And you need to get to the reason for the chaos. You need to get to the root problem. You need to get to the root of your issues. You need to find out how to love yourself. You need to, and it's just saying, take the time to go within and call on ascended masters, spirit guides, and angels to provide you with inspiration you need to transform your life. And be specific. And ask and talk to your angels every day if you can. I never used to do that, and I'm telling you that since I started, it's made a huge difference, and I recommend it. Even just saying out loud, or like, I 100% believe in the ascended masters and spirit guides and angels, so that's where I'm at. But even just affirming to yourself, or, you know, asking because maybe you don't believe or you're not sure, but you're asking because it's, you know, programming subconsciously something for you in your mind to remember to find your own inspiration. There's so many, you know, different ways to pull from that. So take advantage of it. Affirmations and just time in the quiet to yourself to think, you know, go for a walk and have silence for an hour and see what comes up. Archangel Raziel, or Raziel. I like to say Raziel. I'm not sure how you pronounce this one. I have a deep understanding of myself and the circles of life around me. I am aligned with the divine. I am profoundly clairvoyant and extremely intuitive. I clearly comprehend the details of everything that is set before me. I feel peacefully empowered. Wow, yeah. So find that deep understanding of yourself and the circles of life around you, and know you're aligned with the divine, that you are clairvoyant and you are extremely intuitive, and everybody is. It just depends how much you want to tap into it. Everyone has psychic abilities. Everyone has a spiritual aspect, you know, and it just depends whether you're open to it or not, whether you want to tap into it and explore it or not. And obviously I explore it because it's changed my life significantly and made me a much better person. And I just, if I'm given this life, here's my life in a ball, and you cut it into 3. If you cut it into my mind and my body and my physical and my money and like mind, body, spirit, I want it all. I want it all. I want a full, wholesome, healthy, well-explored life. I want it all. So I'm always like, what else is there to discover? What else is there to me? What else is there to life? What more can I get out of this? What other parts of me can I tap into that I didn't know were there? What other, abilities and parts of my mind and parts of my body can I practice with and strengthen and exercise? Because I want it all. I don't want to lack anywhere. I don't want to miss out on any of it. Do you guys get where I'm coming from? That's what this is making me think of. So you clearly comprehend the details of everything that is set before you, and you will, because the more that you've taken full control, and you're like control without having control, just control of your mind, body, and spirit, of your growth, initiative. So as long as you've taken initiative, then you're in your own back corner. You know that you are you have all these gifts and powers and strengths, because you've exercised them, and you've seen how they work into your life. So you have that backing you up, right? If you go into a fight and a boxing match, and you know that you've trained for 20 years for this, in your mind, I got this. I've worked for this. So show up in your life like that. I got this. I've worked for this, because I've explored all of it, and I've mastered it, and I got this. And when you do get there, then you will clearly comprehend the details of everything that's said before you, and you will feel peacefully empowered. That is so effing beautiful. Whew, alrighty, so let's get some final messages here from, I'm just going to do final messages on union for the divine masculine and divine feminine from Spirit. So what does Spirit have to say about union? Final messages from Spirit on union of divine masculine and divine feminine. Whoa. Universal alignment, the star. So very spiritual, very alignment, universal alignment. So everything, this is aligned. Like I was saying, it's written in the stars. We've got all these orbs again. And it's like this body is completely aligned with the universe. This union is aligned. Divine masculine and divine feminine are aligned, and the universe will align the two in union. Also, the stars wish fulfillment. If your wish is union, coming together with your divine masculine or divine feminine, well, Spirit's message here on union is that this universal alignment is your wish fulfillment. So there you go. That's promising, yeah? We don't know when it is. It might not be this week, you guys, but use all these messages and take what resonates for you to make you a better person, and to make you focus on, oneness, and vibrate that love, and able to give and receive, and able to align with the universe, and able to align with union. Yeah. Stop worrying about everyone else. Your energy is needed for you. You have a universe to align with. Oh, I just got memories of love. So this is, I think this came up somewhere else. See, this deck is a little different, but I think that this is the Lovers in traditional tarot. It would be, but memories of love. There's a lot of love coming through here. Yeah. Real love, real good memories. Final messages from Spirit on union. Memories of love. Yeah. Remember love. Remember love and align with love for yourself. Love yourself. You got to really heal that, all that old stuff. If you find that you're falling back into old patterns or old beliefs, catch yourself and, you know, re-examine and ask yourself, am I doing this out of love, or am I doing this out of fear or out of conditions based on the past? And if it's not love, then how can you add love to it in order to heal it and change those reactions and responses and patterns and beliefs and create new ones going forward that can help facilitate love and cultivate more loving relationships, so that you can have that kind of love that you remember and that you knew once upon a time. You've been jaded. You've been so jaded along the way, and you got to find where all those pieces took away from your heart. And it's like you got to go back and recollect the pieces, dust them off, you know? Dust off whatever it was that took that piece away, and leave that shit to the birds or whatever. Just leave it and take back the pieces of your heart and put it together and remember. Remember how it felt to be so in love. Oh my gosh. I haven't had been in a loving relationship where we are so in love with each other in 4 years. That's a long time. And, you know, I had to do a lot of stitching up. I lost almost my whole heart I lost for different reasons. And I've done a lot of patching and stitching. And it's pretty, you know, scarred and weathered. But I've almost collected. I almost have the whole heart again. And I'm almost ready to share. And, you know, I went through, you know, amount of time where I was like, I see people in relationships and I'm just like, ugh. You know, like I don't even have the energy to see other people in love or pretending to be, or whatever the relationship consists of. I don't even have the energy to think of other people having a relationship, let alone to think of being in one myself. And it's like you almost forget. I almost forget how to have that love with somebody, to share that love with somebody. And this card's just bringing that up. Remember when you shared that love with somebody. How to do that, because you can do it again. No matter how hurt you were. No matter how much of your heart is scarred and stitched back together and how ugly it looks. When you think of, you know, how many times it's been shattered and ripped to pieces. Remember that love that you shared it can happen again, but you have to collect all those pieces and you have to have your heart full again for yourself first. And believe. You have to believe, because you know that you've taken back your pieces, you've taken back your love, you've taken back your power, and you've dusted off whatever tried to fuck it up for you and gotten rid of that. You know, you broke my heart. I don't need you. You're gone. Just like that. You know, I went through this issue or this issue or that issue, and this made me insecure. This made me not love myself. This made me doubt myself. This made me feel guilty. This made me feel ashamed. This made me lose my sense of confidence. This made me lose my sense of self-worth. Like all those little pieces where they lost you, where you lost along the way. They were taking pieces of your heart, and you got to go back and retrace your steps and pick them back up and dust that shit off. and look at it like all those places that you're going to revisit, and you're going to see what it did for you. You're going to see how you grew from it and how you came out of it. But you're going to take your heart back, and you're going to say, thank you for these lessons. Thank you to all of these fucked up things that happened to me that really fucked me up, you know, along the way, and really broke my heart and made me this, you know, untrusting person and battered person. But thank you for the lessons along the way. Thank, you know, the shadows and the shit for what it helped you grow to realize, and the lessons you got from it. And then release it and say, it's no longer needed. I no longer need to carry and drag these burdens around. I no longer need these pieces of my heart to be laying around scattered all over the place, getting stomped on, collecting dust. You know, this piece of my heart over here doesn't need to come back with that old energy attached to it. Just vamoose. And then you're gonna be like, wow, all those things that happen along the way molded me into this, helped me become the person who I am today, and I fucking love me for it. I see all these places where my heart was ripped out, and all these times that I healed and moved on, and how I persevered. And love yourself for that, and then hold all those pieces in your whole heart, and love yourself for, you know, what you've made of it. And start there and go forward. And that's when love begins. That's when you are in the vibration and universal alignment for your wish fulfillment. For opening up to giving and receiving that love again with your divine partner. And it's gonna be so much better. So much more intense than any love you've ever shared before. You may forget how that is now, but it's coming, and you're going to know it very well, and it's going to be a love that stands the test of time, because you fought so hard to love yourself again, and to, you know, rebuild your life and put those pieces of your heart back together and love yourself again. And you're going to pour all of that out into your new relationship. I'll show you this again. You're going to pour it all into your new relationship. You're going to pour it into your life, every area of your life. I swear it makes sense. I feel that. Do you feel that? Okay, so that was Spirit's messages on union. So let's just get the final message here is going to be what message the divine masculine has to tell the divine feminine. So the divine masculine's higher self, or if the masculine could come forward and tell the feminine something from the bottom of their heart, if there was no fear and no fear of rejection, or nothing in the way, if they could just lay it all out on the table, if they could just spill their heart, if they could just give you all of them, or, you know, their higher self is like this, the soul of this masculine wants the soul of this feminine to know something. Here it is. What does the masculine have to say to the feminine? Wow, I'm really feeling that emotional loss card. They want to know love. I just got that. They want to know love, feminine. They want to know love. You can share the love with them, but you can't teach them it. Or can you? Leading by example can teach, right? Guide them to loving themselves. What does the masculine have to say to the feminine? masculine. What do you want to say to the feminine this week? What do we got? King of Wands. Visionary leader. Look at, okay, so this man is like got this giant fire. So remember I said the Queen of Wands is the feminine. There is your masculine. Wow. So because this says visionary leader, and because this card has been linked this whole reading to the feminine wanting to just being an example and lighting the way and wanting to help show them, but just leading by example and leaving it up to the universe, and how I was just saying that the masculine wants to, they want to know love, but the feminine can't step in, they can't interfere, they can't teach them, which is what the lesson was of that Queen of Wands card earlier in the reading, was that it's not in your hands, that they're going to learn to open their heart, and they're going to learn this emotional mastery in their own time with Spirit's help, through whatever experiences happen, whatever changes are happening. It's going to happen, but the Queen of Wands, the feminine, is not, it's not in her hands. She's not responsible for their realization of this. So the masculine wants the feminine to know that they see that. This visionary leader, this tells me that the masculine sees the feminine as confident and magnetic, and they can envision leveling up and meeting the queen as the king. And this is very fiery, very passionate. They have this ability inside them to fix all of this emotional upset and scarcity mindset and doubt and closed-mindedness, and they are getting this vision that this is what's on the other side of fixing all that for themselves, and they're seeing their potential and their ability, and that they're a visionary leader. And I love that so much. Thank you. So masculine is saying, I feel this is where they're going. It's like all that other crap. They see the twin flame connection. The cycle will complete. You know, they will have the world, and that's the Queen of Wands. The feminine is what's at the heart of all of this, and they're coming through in their heart as well. Sorry, you can't see. They're coming through. They're coming through. I don't know when, because it looks like a lot of stuff going on. Maybe we can get some answers for that. Whew. Okay, so they see their potential, and they see that they want to level up and match this Queen of Wands. They want to join the king and queen together in this twin flame connection. Twin flames, and the queen and king of flames. I love that. So yeah, that's what they want to say. They're gonna get there. They see it. They see the potential. They see it. They're a visionary leader. They got this. They got this. And we know they do. We've always seen the best of them. We've always seen the best of them. Even when we want to hate them and be mad at them and project all of our anger onto them, we never did. Because we loved them unconditionally, and we wanted to see the best in them. We didn't want to project our own shadows and our own bullshit onto them. We knew we're all just people, just trying to be our best. You know, we're not a victim of their decisions, and they're not the cause of our problems. You know, our insecurities and our issues are from within us, and to project them on someone else isn't love. To hold someone else in a, you know, to see the best in them no matter what. no matter how much easier it would be to just hate them or walk away or blame them for everything, for all your pain, as easy as that would be, you don't do it and you take it on yourself because you love that person, because your soul recognizes the soul in them and respects their soul. Your soul loves their soul on timelines before, and for some reason, no matter how much they hurt you, you never lashed out at them. You took it on yourself and you used it in a way to go through a dark night of the soul and come out resurrected like a phoenix rising from the ashes. You used all of that pain, instead of blaming it on them and pointing a finger and projecting and running away. This time, maybe you've been used to doing that before, in many areas of your life, never taking responsibility, but this time you respected the soul in them on their own individual journey, and you prayed for them and you wished them the best and sent them love, and you took on all the pain and all the bullshit on your own, and it fucking destroyed you, but you came out resurrected. You rose from the fucking ashes, girl. And that's the dark night of the soul, resurrection. The masculine's going through the dark night of the soul, and they will resurrect as well. Whew. That's what the twin flame connection is. It's when you meet someone and for the first time ever, you're inspired to take everything on your own, like take full responsibility for your insecurities, your issues, your problems, your pain, your anger. And when they perhaps project their anger and pain onto you, you don't take it personally. Well, to whatever extent, of course, you'll be hurt. But you don't blame them or hate them for it, because what's the point of that back and forth? Why not just say, I know you're hurt, and I feel that hurt, but I won't hate you for it. I send you prayers and healing, and I hope you heal on your journey, and keeping those journeys separate and wishing them well and letting them go and figure out their own, and then taking on your own and healing from that hurt that happened between the two on your own, without lashing out at them, because that would just be a repetitive circle and cycle, and it could go on for years of never actually healing and moving forward from something and growing from something. And this time you were like, no, when we come back, I'm going to be healed and everything is going to be okay. And I've loved you all along, and I never blamed you, and I always saw the best in you, because my soul recognizes the soul in you and loves the soul in you. I hope that makes sense, but it does to me. Hopefully I'm wording it good for you guys. So maybe we can get a timeline. When are we looking at this dark night of the soul, like realizations for the masculine? Fuck off. There's the Lovers again. Boom! Harmony. Sacrifice 12. When is this? These are two major arcanas. Okay, so we're not getting a timeline, you guys. These cards both look to me to like summer, but I'm not going to say that's anything because I don't know. We don't know. And I think that's just the beauty of this, that we just got two major arcanas, which means that it's in Spirit's hands. And the sacrifice. So when is the union? When is the masculine coming to the feminine? Is in motherfucking Spirit's hands. That's why we have two major arcanas here, and that's why we also get sacrifice, because it means surrender, which means stop trying to be so fucking controlling. You don't need to know all the answers. Spirit's got it. Let it go. Because look at how free and happy this girl is without having to worry about when and how things are coming to her, because it is coming, and you're never gonna know how or why or when. So stop worrying. But you know what the best part is that we can get messages from the masculine, and we can learn to understand where they're coming from, and that we can, you know, get all this healing and empowerment out of this, and remind ourselves just how much we've been through, and just how much of an amazing job we're doing, working on ourselves and working towards self-mastery in order to be the best version of ourselves, in order to love ourselves as much as possible, in order to heal and really let go on the deepest level possible all that pain from the past, and to inspire others to do the same. Wow. So that is today's reading, you guys. I really hope that you love that. Please like the video. It really helps others find the video. It helps me to know that you're aligning, and this was an incredible reading. I am like blown away. I'm so glad for everyone who got to see this. And please follow, subscribe to my channel for more. There's going to be more coming. Usually right now I have about one twin flame reading a week, and it's usually a pretty similar layout, getting the questions answered for the feminine, and some for the masculine as well. And I'm also on Instagram, and the handle is @balanced_feminine. So that's in my, if you go to my bio on YouTube, you can find that information there. I also have my mailing address if you want to send me a wish list. If you want to send me any new decks to use, any one of the Mystic Moon decks, I would love to have added to my collection. So thank you so much to anybody who sends me gifts, crystals, anything that could help in my readings is so appreciated, and I love you so much for it. And thank you so much for watching this to the end. It means so much to me. I know how important these readings have been for me in my life, and I really hope that you're getting that same healing out of it as well. And subscribe, like, check me out on Instagram. I also have a lot of really good consciousness and confidence tools and tips on there for the divine feminines and divine masculines too. If you're looking to expand your consciousness, hit me up, and I look forward to connecting with you more and just building this community more and more, and bringing lots more in the future. And if you want to connect one-on-one, if you'd like your own personal reading, you can email me at info@thebalancedfeminine.com. That's also on that email link is also on my bio here on YouTube. So check out my about section if you want to see my wish list, if you want my mailing address to send me gifts that can, like new tarot decks, and at Mystic Moon Oracles, I also have the wish list from Amazon for decks as well, if you want to have a look at those. And then my email address is there as well. So I love you all. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you in the next video.